Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to a gorgeous day in the garden. Temperatures are finally cooling off in LA here and it's absolutely beautiful today. Today we're going to be playing with some stencils because I have some very exciting news. For the Fluid Art Boutique, I am teaching a stencil class and I was thinking about it and I thought, you know, 3 hours is probably a long time for stencils. So we are actually going to change that class up a little bit. We're going to do an 1.5 hour class and the price is only going to be $159 instead of the $300. So should be a lot of fun. That's our Saturday afternoon class, the one starting at 2 o'clock. So if you're interested, please go check out our Fluid Art Boutique website. You can get your tickets there. This is kind of an example of what we're going to be doing tonight. This is a little fox and I love all these little stars. Can you see them shimmering, HOA? Blinging on there.
I do indeed.
So the fox was really cool. He was taffy and Comet, I think, and some gold, maybe some really pretty colors. So we're going to be doing one similar to this. I wanted to show you this one because we're going to be using these stars that I put on here that are really neat. I just think they're so much fun. So this is the canvas we will be using today. Over here, this is a 20 by 20. It's a flip cup I did few months back. It's pretty. It's kind of nondescript though. There's not a lot going on. There's some pretty colors. There's some cute cells over here, but there's kind of a lot of dark. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that koi stencil that I had done on the bluish green piece and we're going to put the stencil like right about there. And then we're going to use our colors on it. And then after we're done with the koi, then we're going to put some stars on it. So the very first thing I'm going to be doing is taping the stencil down. Okay, so the reason that we tape the stencils down is twofold. First of all, we want to keep it in place. And second of all, it helps to keep your canvas clean because I have figured out I am not the neatest person in the world when it comes to this stuff. And I have made messes on my canvases previously, so by taping it down, you avoid a lot of stuff like that. Okay, and you do want to kind of leave yourself an edge to pull up. You can either fold over like just the corner of the tape like that so that it's easy to pull it up, or just leave one side up. It's not pushed down all the way. Okay, almost there. I just don't want to get the canvas dirty at all. So I'm going to put a little bit over here too. And just one tiny bit over here. Okay. So today we are going to be using Golden's Extra Heavy Gel Gloss as the medium. And we are using this little Piggy Pigments mixed in with the Extra Heavy Gel Gloss. Now, a couple of you had noticed that last time I used the Extra Heavy Gel Gloss and you asked me what the difference was between that one and the Liquitex Gloss Gel. This is thicker and stiffer and firmer. The reason that I am using this one now, though, is when we were doing the Liquitex Gel Gloss, I was putting down a base layer first. And if we had some very tiny details, sometimes they were getting lost or they were drying clear, because I had 2 layers on top of it and the color wasn't going all the way down in there. So by using the Extra Heavy Gel Gloss, just one coat of it, A, it's kind of easier because you can still see the stencil, and B, we're not using as much product. So I have mixed up some colors already. I will show you what they are. I have these little silicone bowls here, which I'm going to keep the plastic wrap. So this one is this little piggy in Sequins. I'm not actually sure if this one is Comet. This one is left over from when I did the Deep Seascape, the turtle one. So it could either be Sequins or Comet. It might be Comet. One of those iridescent ones with a pinky shift to it though. So that's the Comet, I believe. This one is Ore. Okay, which is right here. Beautiful shimmering gold. And then we have a little bit of Nightfall, which is very pretty. I love this color. So beautiful. They look a little bit different when they're wet because the gel gloss is white. but it dries that color, which is really cool. Okay, and we have Mr. Zeus over here. This is one of the new piggies that I really, really like a lot. And then last but not least, we have Miss Venus. And this is a beautiful, beautiful color. Very, very pretty. So with this one, I'm not looking to do a lot of color because the painting is kind of darker. I really want more of that Comet gold iridescence more than anything else. So the Athena and the Nightfall are going to be used just sparingly. Okay, so let's get started. You always want to have some baby wipes handy whenever you are working with gel gloss because it keeps it very nice and easy to use your palette knives. Let's see. Okay, we're going to start with, I think I am going to just put down like a base layer of this Comet one, and then we're going to add some color on top of that in a couple of different places. And I'm just smoothing this out on here. Not pushing real hard. Gentle, even pressure. And you don't actually have to use a whole bunch of different colors. I could just do this in just this one color and it would be very, very pretty. But, you know, I have the piggies and I like to play with them, so. Okay. So this is looking so good so far. And of course, the more that you leave on there, the more it's going to stick up when you take the stencil off. And I actually like it when they stick up a little higher, which is why I'm okay using this base layer and another layer on top. So let's put some on the other fish now. I really like these koi, they're so cool looking. I got this stencil on Amazon, if you guys are wondering. If you type stencil or koi stencil in the search box, a bunch of different options will come up. Okay. Alright, so that looks pretty good so far. Now I don't want a lot on there because I do want to be able to see where stuff is on the stencil. I still kind of can. A very good tip for you guys if you're using stencils and you're new to this, take a picture once you tape it down. Take a picture on your phone so you have something to refer back to and you can see what the actual design looks like. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off my palette knife with a baby wipe. Okay. So HOA, what color should we put on there right now? You think some gold maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the ore.
But if you do like the fins in gold and the dorsal fins and the flippers.
You can put some gold on them. So you're starting off with a small amount. You can always add more. I really like this effect with the, especially with this little piggy, that you can layer the colors on top of each other and they'll show up, which is awesome. And of course, the more you touch them like I'm doing right now, the more they're going to blend. I really like doing these stencils. It's a lot of fun. It's actually quite relaxing. Okay, well, let's come in with a little bit of that. Which one was it? Venus. That's it. Okay. So we have the face right there and the face right in here. I'm just going to put a little bits of it around on the body. I don't want a lot on there. And see, this one I'm actually kind of mixing it with that first lighter color. little bit more. That's already really pretty. All right. Let's put a little bit of our, just a little bit of that Nightfall here and there. Let's see. I'll come up in here. And just put a little bit on top of the head and the top part of the body. And you can be as methodical with this as you like, or you could be as loose and free-formed with it as you like. It's totally up to you. And that's actually one of the most fun things about this, is that, you know, no rules. Play, have fun, play with the colors, play with your paints. So all of these, this little Piggy Pigments came from Fluid Art Co. And you can find them there on their website at fluid-art.co. Okay, I'm gonna come with a little bit of Zeus. I love this color. It's so pretty, especially when it dries. It's just amazing. I think one of the most fun things when we did the stencils at the Fluid Art Boutique, the first one in DC, was that, you know, this was the first time a lot of people had played with them, so it wasn't perfect. But it was okay. And they're like, oh, I didn't want that there. I said, just put some more color on top of it. It'll be all right. And then, you know, some of them kind of looked a little mishmashy before we were done. But then when they lifted the stencil off, just the expression on people's faces was so awesome. It was like really this wonderful moment for me just to see. Because you're so surprised. Like, yeah, wow, that's so cool. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more of the first lighter color in places here or there, just to add a little bit more of that sparkling iridescentness. And you can totally leave texture on here. You don't have to have it all smoothed out. It can be bumpy in some places and smooth in other places, whatever your heart's desire. So as easy as this looks, and it looks like it's not that difficult, part of the intensity of this and the skill in this comes from which piece do you pick to use the stencil on and which colors do you use. That's the challenging part. So I'm just going to tell you guys, keep contrast in mind. The more contrast you have against your background, the better the stencil is going to show up. Okay, so we have reached that lovely moment of truth, HOA.
Aye.
And then after this, we're going to put the little stars on, which is like so much fun. If you overlap your tape, then it'll pull the next piece off too. First, there's that little tab that we made ourselves, which is nice and easy to use. Hold your stencil down and lift your tape straight up so that it doesn't rub against the painting. Good. All right. Are you ready, husband of awesomeness?
Aye, lass. Let us see. Wow.
Ta-da!
So
That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
That's awesome. And to me, that just totally transformed this piece from being kind of ho-hum. So, wow, that's really awesome. And I know that when those dry, they're going to be super sparkling and shimmering. Okay, so the other thing that I want to do to make this sort of a cosmic koi fish piece, I got these little stars. on Amazon. And they're so cute to me. They're really awesome. So, and I'm not going to bother taping these because we're going to use them a couple different times. I do also have a smaller sheet with slightly smaller stars, but we're not going to go crazy with this. It's just going to be pretty quick. And I might do some white and some gold and some in other colors too. So I'm literally just going to hold this down and apply the TLP gel. And you don't need a thick layer for these. They will stand up and look really, really cool. And you don't have to do the whole sheet if you don't want to. And if you are going to take our class in Fluid Art Boutique, you're also welcome to bring a piece of your own that you would like to put a stencil on, and I will help you. Are you ready, darling?
Yes, my love.
How cool is that?
Very cool.
Isn't that awesome? All right, I'm not going to wipe it off or anything. I'm just going to put it over here now. And we're going to do that same thing. You could, of course, tape it down, but I'm just going to hold it down. And if you want your stars to stand out a little bit more, you could leave a thicker layer on there. It works just fine. Actually, they're really cool looking. Okay. A little bit more here. Okay, take that one off now. Ready?
Uh-huh. Ooh. Very groovy.
Okay, I just want a few more, and I think I'm going to switch to the smaller sheet. Do you think we need them down here, actually?
Not if you hang it hang it star side up.
So just leave it like that, and we're done now, I think.
Now what may be
Just a few over here.
bad if you on the other side.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to take this part over here.
Less is more.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to touch the fish, so I am actually going to just take a little piece of tape where to put it. Just take it down in the corner. Okay. Big one. I think I'm gonna skip that other big one. Just like that. Okay. So there we go. A little tiny bit left on this corner. Make sure my tape isn't touching anything.
There's a star under there.
Yeah, I just realized that. And the really nice thing about this is the gel gloss dries really quickly, so I think we might need to mix up a little bit more of this, so we can do that right on camera, right with you guys. And I'm literally just, I only need a tiny bit, so I'm just gonna take like a little scoop, put it right there in the bowl that I had. This biggie. And use the other side. And just a very tiny bit. Put your lids on the piggies right away. Don't want to knock one of those over by accident. And I'm just going to mix that up. Kind of smush it around together. Technically, you should be wearing a mask whenever you mix up your piggies. Once they are incorporated into the medium and they are no longer dry, then you're fine.
You have some piggies on your fingertip.
Yeah. What else is new? This is why you see me scrubbing my hands all the time. Okay. Just a little amount on there. And we're gonna slide that across. And this one is Sequins. Actually be interesting if it's a little different than that one. Careful.
You know what would be an interesting effect is do a really thin layer of a dark color, and then let it dry, and then put the stencil back on, but shift it a little bit, and then do it, and then you'll end up with like a drop shadow, like a drop shadow.
Yeah. That's looking pretty good. Okay, let's pull that one off. Ta-da! So, there we have it. Our sparkling celestial koi. Okay, I just see one little bit sticking up over here. Okay, so that's looking pretty awesome. I like this. I like that I can see the Comet. I like that I can see the Venus in there. I like that I can see a little bit of the Nightfall, and we have the gold, and of course we have the Zeus also. So this is going to be really cool. And I love these stars. I can already see a color shiftiness on them. Do you see any color shiftiness on the stars?
Not yet.
Yeah, you will. I can see it already over here. But cool. So that's looking pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will show you guys when it's dry. It should be dry in about an hour, and I will take it outside in the sun and shoot an outro for you. Thank you guys so much for being here with us today. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you guys find some of your own pieces that could use a little bit of love and a little bit more excitement and some sparkly stencil work on there. And please check out the Fluid Art Boutique website, and if you're interested, you can sign up for my sparkling stencils class Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So this was awesome. Thanks for being here. We'll be right back.
Ruby.
Okay, this is about an hour and a half later. Not completely dry on the fish, but the sparkly stars are pretty cool. I love the way this one turned out. I really like this koi stencil. It's so pretty. So much flow and movement in it. And I think these fish really add to the composition of this painting. And I love the little stars. I'm just a sucker for them. I don't know if you can see the colors shifting. Those are this little Piggy Pigments in ore and Comet and a little bit of Sequins and some Nightfall and some Zeus. Really pretty stuff. And I love this like deep texture. Right in here is so cool. The scales, just really awesome. That nice texture in here. Really pretty stuff. Very happy with this. I love the way it came out. It's exactly what I was hoping would happen. So this was awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you will check out Fluid Art Boutique and check out my sparkling stencils class, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I hope I see you there. Now it's a couple hours later and it's dry for sure. But I wanted to show you this. Now the fish look totally gold. And Zeus, I really like how they turned out. So pretty. And you see that Nightfall, and you see the Venus in there, and you see the Comet, and the stars. Now they look kind of purpley. See that beautiful shift on there. It's really cool stuff. Sorry, I have to do that with one hand. So that's really awesome. I like this a lot. I love the composition. I love where the koi are in relation to that sort of cosmic band of white. I love these little strips of the quinacridone violet on the corner on the side. And the fish just look amazing right there. So this was fun. See, now the star looks white. But they're kind of purpley up there. So this was fun. Thanks for being here with us, guys. I'll see you really, really soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.